Hey, look, guys. It's you. Hey, guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I want to wish you a happy Singles Awareness Day. Guys, I am single, and I am happy about it because, quite frankly, I am tired of all the drama. I'm just kidding. It's my fault. As it always is. You see what I just did there? That was a joke. Don't flame me in the comment section, all right? To the 6.2% of our audience that is female, I just want you to know I appreciate you, and I love you. Let's get on with the video. Guys, I've just discovered something that has made me very happy over the last several days, and I'm really excited to share it with you at the end of this video. But before we get to that, I first want to talk about Ethereum for once. You guys have been wanting me to talk about altcoins for quite a while, and it just so happens that I'm getting pretty excited about Ethereum this year. I've just invested quite a bit, and I'm looking to start dollar cost averaging into it. So in today's video, we're going to be diving into Ethereum. We're going to be talking technicals, fundamentals. We're going to be talking adoption. We're going to be talking my current investments and my investment strategies, and I'm going to show you guys why you should consider adding Ethereum to your portfolio. I promise you guys, you're going to get a lot of value out of this video. Even if you normally don't click on a video that isn't about Bitcoin, you should watch this anyway. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So make sure to watch through the end. I have something really cool to tell you guys about at the end of the video as well. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I would be most appreciative if you did. And also, guys, don't forget about the Valentine's Day sale that just started on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. That'll be running for a few more days if you would like to get in. As you guys know, this is the last time that CT2A will be going on sale for this price. So if you want to get in, I encourage you guys to join this week. If you guys are interested, you can go and check out our new Trading View video that we just put up. It's listed as a preview, so you can see how high quality the new content in CT2A is and just how much information there is. Check that out at the link in the description down below. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, just look at this. Just look at this Ethereum chart real quick. Do you see this? Are you seeing this? Yeah, that's a 147% rally in the last 60 days. Some might call that statistically significant. Ethereum, along with many of its altcoin counterparts, have been rallying extremely fast here in the year of 2019. In fact, many of them have been going straight up parabolic, as we have seen happen with Ethereum over the last couple of weeks. If ever we were looking for a signal to, and this is an important word, be considering to get into altcoins, now would be the time. Notice, I was very careful with my words there. I did not say to get into altcoins right now. I said now's the time to be looking for an entry. That's very different. But hold on, let's back up. We need to lay the foundation for this altcoin technical analysis because this all started back on the 18th of December in 2019. On that day, Bitcoin put in a bottom at $6,472, and ever since then, Bitcoin has been setting higher highs and higher lows in what we can only assume is a bull trend that is leading into a new bull market. I think it's pretty obvious that Bitcoin is bullish right now. I think it's pretty obvious that Bitcoin is re-entering a bull market with the golden cross coming up, with the halving coming up, the stock to flow is getting better, regulation, fundamentals, technicals. Most things look pretty good on Bitcoin. And guys, because most things look pretty good on Bitcoin has been rallying. Bitcoin has been increasing in price. Bitcoin is up over 60% from that day, as you can see. But what does that have to do with Ethereum? I present to you the Bitcoin dominance chart over on CoinMarketCap. As you guys will know, ever since September 15th, 2019, Bitcoin's dominance has been decreasing, especially in the last 2 months, ever since about the 22nd of December, when Bitcoin's dominance was sitting up just under 69%. We've already pulled back down to where we are right now of 61%. But why is that important? The reason that's important, guys, is because of the concept that we just discussed in a new video over in CT2A, actually, talking about Bitcoin dominance. Let me set the stage for you. When Bitcoin is doing well, what are the altcoins going to do? They're going to do well. Why is that? Altcoins are more speculative. People are not going to be investing in altcoins if Bitcoin is doing poorly, because what they're going to do is they're going to take that money from the altcoins and they're going to put it into something with less perceived risk, such as Bitcoin, which is why during pullbacks and bear markets, Bitcoin's dominance starts to rally. That is a double-sided coin, though, because when Bitcoin starts to go into a bull market, oftentimes its dominance goes down. That's because some of the profits that people are making in Bitcoin and some of the money that people would be investing in Bitcoin otherwise are instead going into the altcoins. And that is precisely why we've seen a 60% rally on Bitcoin, but in the same time duration, we've seen a 160% rally on Ethereum. It is a common trend among the altcoins to follow Bitcoin, but rally or crash much faster than Bitcoin. If you don't believe me, come to the compare button up here in the top left of TradingView, type in ETH USD and bring up that market, and you're going to see that it mirrors Bitcoin almost exactly. We had the same lows, we had the same lows, we had the same lows, we had the same rally and highs and lows, except look at this. Bitcoin has been moving moving in this direction, Ethereum's been moving in that direction. The slope and the increase of the price action has been much more significant on Ethereum. So there, foundation laid. Let's move into the altcoin analysis. Why am I all of a sudden so bullish on Ethereum? You guys haven't heard me talk about it quite a lot over the last several weeks. There are many reasons why I'm bullish on Ethereum, and I'm going to be getting to all of them in today's video. The first of which, of course, is that Ethereum has just had this major rally, but that is far from the only reason. Another reason that I want to address first and foremost, and I'll be talking about this more in a future video, are the fundamentals. The fundamentals surrounding Ethereum look fantastic. This year is going to be amazing for this cryptocurrency and the project backing it. One of the big reasons why I'm bullish on Ethereum as well is because when Bitcoin goes into a bull market, the altcoins always follow. They always do, always. And if you'll notice on that Bitcoin dominance chart, you look back in the history, back here at the end of 2017, look at how I just pointed to my screen again. I've got to stop doing that. I'm like trying to show you something on screen. Can you see that? I can't. I don't think so. Anyway, as you can see back here in 2017, for the entirety of the 2017 bull market, Bitcoin was losing dominance and Ethereum was gaining it. Ethereum got close to passing Bitcoin's dominance. Bitcoin dominance fell to 38%, Ethereum rallied to 31%. What do we always say about Bitcoin? If it went to $20,000 once and the fundamentals are better now, it can go back. Well, if Ethereum's market dominance was once $130 billion and Ethereum's price was once $1,400, who's to say that it can't go back if Bitcoin can do the same? Not to mention that change in fundamentals has happened on Ethereum in the exact same way that has happened on Bitcoin. There has been a lot of development on the Ethereum blockchain and in the space surrounding Ethereum and its community in the previous 2 years that we've seen bear market. If Ethereum can do it once, why can't it do it again? Of course, that's not the only thing this video is based on. There's a lot more than that, but that is one of the foundational arguments of us saying Bitcoin can go back to $20,000. Why doesn't that apply to Ethereum? I would say that Ethereum was worth every single penny up here at $1,400 if Bitcoin was worth $20,000. It definitely was. So, okay, so there's an argument to be made that Ethereum can go back to $1,400. It can go back to those price levels. Just because it can doesn't mean it will. Will it? That's the question. Well, there's something really interesting happening on Ethereum that has been staring you in the face for this entire video, and it's this cross right here. As you can see, we're on the daily chart. This is the 200, this is the 50. Do you see where I'm going with this? That is a golden cross. Those don't happen very often on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins. No matter what you're looking at, golden crosses on the daily chart are typically very rare. Looking back historically on Ethereum, you're going to see one golden cross right there and one golden cross right there. This is only the third golden cross in the entire history of the cryptocurrency. Likewise, by the way, there have been two death crosses, one right here and one right here. Every single time these two moving averages have crossed, 100% hit rate. No fake outs like we see on Bitcoin. Every single time it has been significant. That is extremely bullish for Ethereum. We're already up 160%, but we're still down 80% from all-time high. Do you understand how far we can rally? If we're down 80% from all-time high, then going back to all-time high is a 400% return. So let's recap. Bitcoin's probably going back to $20,000. There's no reason to believe that Ethereum can't go back to its same all-time high, especially considering the fundamentals look better than ever. We're seeing a golden cross in the same way that we see on Bitcoin. The entire history of Ethereum says that those golden crosses are significant. Bitcoin is losing market dominance, which means it's moving into a bull market. That market dominance is moving into Ethereum, driving its price to the upside. I would argue that retail and institutional investors are understanding that Bitcoin is starting a new uptrend. It loses dominance, more valuation goes into the altcoins, and they start investing in Ethereum. It's the number 2 altcoin, which means that if you're going to invest in any altcoin, it should be Ethereum. It was the blockchain to popularize decentralized application and proof of stake. It has one of the biggest names in cryptocurrency, Vitalik Buterin, behind it. All of that, and it's still 80% retraced from an all-time high that I honestly think was warranted. I don't think Ethereum was massively overvalued when it rallied that high. All of that seems pretty compelling. All of that seems to make the case that we should be going into Ethereum, we should be buying Ethereum, we should be putting this as part of our portfolio. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I have already started investing in it. But guys, as always, there's a caveat. There's a but. There is a what if. There is a problem, if you will. Not really, but kind of. Because there's something I haven't shown you in the entirety of this video that I want to show you right now. And it would be the RSI. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Jeb, RSI doesn't matter. If the Ethereum market is really bullish, then it'll ignore it. I'm getting to all of that, but first I need to show you something. Let's bring out our cross tool and look at where Ethereum's RSI is on the daily chart. It's sitting at 89. Let's look at the last time in history that Ethereum's RSI was that high. June 11th, 2017. What that means is that all of these bullish things are happening for Ethereum. Ethereum looks very healthy. We just rallied 160%. We're going parabolic. But there is, like I said, one problem, and that is that Ethereum is sitting at the highest point on its daily chart RSI that it has been at in over 2 years. Now, I want to make myself crystal clear here. I am very bullish on Ethereum. This is not a problem, really. This is just something that you need to be aware of. This doesn't change anything that I said in this video. But it is important that you realize that, yes, I think Ethereum is a very good investment this year, and I am putting money into it. But that doesn't mean that right now is the best time to be putting money into it. Let me show you what I mean. What happens when Ethereum gets its RSI this high? Well, on June 11th, 2017, as you could see, that was the high when Ethereum rallied to $400. We corrected all the way down to $130. This was not an insignificant move. That was a 2/3 reduction in price because Ethereum had that rally. Fast forward 6 months or so, and we see that Ethereum had 3 spikes up here around 80 to 85 on the RSI. Each time we saw a correction of various sizes on Ethereum, the third time being the charm, and Ethereum that time lost 70% in the span of 90 days. The reason I show you that is because you need to be aware that the Ethereum RSI is not something to be ignored. Historically, it's important. Technically speaking, RSI is one of the strongest technical indicators for overbought and oversold signals. That's literally the industry standard for reading that. People are watching this RSI. People are watching Ethereum being overbought. People have seen Ethereum move 160%. I am betting that there's going to be a correction. And it's a really weird timing because we're having a golden cross literally today, but I bet you in the next 2 weeks there is some kind of major correction on Ethereum, and I'm actually going to show you where I think that level is going to be. And unfortunately for those of you guys who are in positions right now, I have a feeling that Ethereum is either going to correct right now at $280, I'll show you why here in just a second, or it's going to correct somewhere below $320. There might still be a little bit more room to run to the upside because of this golden cross and because of people buying on the hype of that, but mark your calendars, within the next 14 days, by the end of this month, I believe a new pullback on Ethereum to correct this RSI will have started. If Ethereum was only up around 80 on the RSI, I could say we'd have more room to run, but at this point, guys, we're moving into uncharted territory. And also notice, there's something else that's been on the chart this entire time, staring you in the face that you may have not noticed. This flat level right here, this red level, notice how Ethereum is sitting right below it. That's significant. This level was what we tested back over here in May and June of 2019. It was a major level of support that we got in August of 2018, and it was a crucial pivot point over here in the second half of 2017 as Bitcoin was trading in this ascending triangle pattern. It's a major level and one that you would be remiss to ignore. So what's the takeaway here? 2020 looks like one of the best years that Ethereum is ever going to have. I see an all-time high return on Ethereum either this year or sometime in the first half of next year. That means 400% returns if you invest at these levels. That being said, I can see a little bit more rallying. I can see a little bit more uptrending. I can see a little bit more increase in price action on Ethereum, moving up to maybe at most $400. We might even go all the way up there before we have a correction, but there's going to be some kind of major correction on Ethereum within the next 14 days. Might be a little bit longer than that, but I have a feeling it's coming in the next 2 weeks. The biggest level of resistance on Ethereum right now is actually not even $280, it's $400. So I could see Ethereum going that far. We must have some kind of correction for that RSI before then. The RSI on Ethereum is not going to go over 95. It's just not going to happen. There will be some kind of correction. It might be small, it might be big. I'll keep you guys updated, but expect one because it's going to happen. The trend is your friend until it ends, but the RSI is telling us that that trend needs to end very, very soon. It's not very common that the RSI gets that overextended on any market, let alone Ethereum. So here's the takeaway, guys. Here's the path that I think Ethereum takes. We continue to rally for a few more days. We either have a correction starting tomorrow or up to 2 weeks from now. Sometime in that time period, it will happen. From there, the RSI will correct down to between 60 and 70, maybe even 75. Hopefully, we correct all the way down to about 60 on the RSI. And then we'll get support on some of our moving averages. I'll show you one of them in just a second. We'll bounce from there and we will continue. The fundamentals under Ethereum and the fact that Bitcoin is moving into a new bull market will drive Ethereum above $400 sometime in the summer, and we will return to all-time high later on this year or in the beginning of next year. That is my prediction on Ethereum. That moving average I was talking about, by the way, would be the 20 exponential moving average sitting around $224 right now. Should Ethereum reject from this level of resistance at 280, that would likely cause a big enough correction in the RSI to allow us to continue to rally higher. One thing to mention is that the weekly chart RSI has moonshotted, but it hasn't returned to the same levels that we saw back in 2017, which means that there's likely a lot more room to run on the longer term time frames. One thing to keep in mind also is that there have been 8 green candlesticks in a row out here on the weekly chart. That is extremely rare, and that will almost always predict a correction of some kind on the weekly chart. So expect that to happen in the next 2 weeks, like I said. It might be 5%, it might be 40%. I'm not making a prediction on how big the correction is, but I am betting that there's going to be one. And all that leads me to my final point on my investing strategy. I bought some Ethereum around $240. I'm quite happy with that investment and that price level. That being said, I'm not investing anymore until I see this correction. The correction might, we might rally to $320 and correct down to $290, and I have to buy in a little bit higher, but I am comfortable sitting around and waiting for that correction because all the technicals are telling me it's coming, and I have no reason to doubt them. After that correction happens, after that RSI looks a little more healthy, and it looks like a bull trend RSI, which is in between 60 and 80, and not overbought, which is between 80 and 100, then I will start my dollar cost averaging on Ethereum, which I will run through the rest of this year. I will keep you guys posted on that. Gift, by the way. Just gotta make that known. In conclusion, I am very bullish on Ethereum. In conclusion, I am very happy with Ethereum. In conclusion, I'm looking forward to the year of 2020 on Ethereum, and I am putting my money where my mouth is as we speak. I'm very happy with the investment I have so far, and I'm looking to add a lot more. That being said, within the next 14 days, there will be some kind of correction to reset that RSI. It is extremely rare that RSI goes that high on Ethereum, and there is not some kind of significant correction. I'm talking 10, 20, 30, 40%. I'm not talking 2 or 3% over the span of a few days. So guys, do what you will with that information. Hopefully you guys agree with me. Like I said, we'll be doing a video on the fundamentals in the future. Judging by the length of this video, we just didn't have time to get into it today. But I will make a video showing you guys just why I'm so bullish on Ethereum. I'm very excited about what's going on in the background, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it can go this year. Before we wrap the video out, though, I did promise you guys that I had learned something this morning, and I wanted to tell you about it. And I realized this morning just how much family means to me. I didn't have a whole lot of family growing up. It was just myself and my father. And, you know, I've just started to realize over the last several days about just how valuable that is and how important that is, because I have a friend, and their family's kind of taken me in. And I've realized that, you know, a lot of times you have a hole in your heart. You have a hole in your soul, and you try and fill that in many different ways. You might try and fill it with business or relationships, or if you go the wrong path, you might try and fill it with drugs. Maybe you try and fill it in a good way with music or a hobby, but you're always trying to fill a hole. Tell me if I'm wrong on that. I think we're always trying to fill that hole. But oftentimes we don't actually even know what the hole is until it's already filled. And something I realized is that I was pursuing the wrong solution to the wrong problem for a very long time. And I kind of stumbled into the solution, which was two parts. It was one, to find a loving, caring support network of people that I know will be there for me for the long-term, distant future. They're permanent. They're not going anywhere. There's nothing I could do to lose them. And the other part of that is being gracious and thankful for everything you have. Walked into my office today, sat down my coffee mug, sat down my water cup. I looked at my lighting and my camera and my microphone and my computer and the monitors and my headphones and my phone and my speaker and everything that I have accumulated. And I'm not getting happiness from materialism. I'm getting happiness from the fact that I have been successful enough in my career to allow myself to have those things, and the fact that I'm not in the same position that I was 2 or 3 years ago, and the fact that I've grown personally in many different ways is something that I'm very thankful for. And it's that gratitude, and it's that support and that family that you have, and if you don't have it, try and find one. That, for me, is what filled the hole in my heart. So guys, I want you to really think about this coming week, what you're lacking and what is plaguing you, because I honestly believe we're really bad judges of what we need to do to fix ourselves, if that's even a thing you can do. If you're going through something, if you're not happy, if you're not content, there's a reason. You just probably don't know what it is, or you may have already tried to fix it. If you know what it is, then keep working at it, because you'll get there eventually. But try and step back, ask people who have been through the same experiences you have, and figure out what it is, because I promise you, if you figure out what it is and you fix it, you're going to be so much happier. I know I am. And guys, a happy life doesn't mean happy days. Sometimes you're going to have bad days. Sometimes you're going to have good days. I happen to be having a good one. But anyway, guys, I just want to share that with you. Hopefully some of you guys got value out of that. If one of you takes what I just said and uses that to fill whatever you're missing, and you're better for it, then that'll have been worth me spending 4 minutes here at the end of the video talking about that. So guys, please tell me in the comment section down below what you think of Ethereum, and please tell me if you need any help, if you need any assistance, if you want me to say something in these videos, if you think there's something that I ought to say, since I like to talk about these things at the end of videos, tell me if there's anything like that. And also, if you guys need help, email me. I mean that. Before we go, though, guys, I do just first want to mention CT2A. I wanted to get what I just had to say out of the way first, so that if you don't want to watch this, you don't have to. But I do want to mention CT2A and the Valentine's Day sale, because as you guys know, it's this course that keeps the lights on around here. It's this course that pays payroll. It's this course that allows us to upgrade the channel, and it's this course that allows these videos to be made every single day. We've already put dozens of man-hours into updating CT2A. How to set up and use TradingView is a new video for those of you guys in CT2A. Support and resistance is a new video, and CoinMarketCap and more is a new video. This video is a lot more than just CoinMarketCap. It's honestly one of my favorite videos in the course now. Those three are new. If you're in CT2A, you can watch those. You don't have to pay anything new to get those videos. They are yours, just like the entire update to the course is. If you guys want to join CT2A now with the Valentine's Day sale, before I raise the price to $250 in the next couple of weeks, this is the cheapest you're ever going to get CT2A. It will never be going for $159 again. You will never get it at this price again. I'm going to run it for a few more days. But after that, guys, I kid you not, there's probably going to be nearly 1,000 man-hours going into updating this course. I didn't realize just how much work it was going to take. But guys, Taylor is spending like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours on some of these videos. She spent 12 hours on that TradingView video. Give her a round of applause in the comment section. She is a trooper. congratulations and good job to you, Taylor. If you're interested in learning everything you need to know about technical analysis, CT2A is the place to do it. The link is in the description down below. There's a 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and yes, you can purchase it in Bitcoin. As always, guys, join the Discord server down below. Talk to some of our students, see what they have to say. I have a policy of full transparency here, so I want you to go talk to our students and see what they have to think before you join us. Remember, guys, any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email me at cryptojeb@gmail.com. That is my one and only official email, or you can DM me on Discord if we're friends over there. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, I do first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always, though, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.